All right, so this is going to go over this loops practice questions 1 through 11. So we've got int num is 1, so I got num, and I got max, and then I've got num is less than max. All right, so initially num is 1, max is 20, 1 is less than 20. So that fulfills that while loop. And then we got num modulus 2. So the rule of modulus is if this left-hand side number is less than the right-hand side number, return the left-hand side number. So 1 modulus 2. This is less than that, so return 1. So this would be 1 right here. Okay, so that is 1. 1 is equal to 0. That's not true, so it skips it, and num becomes 2. 2 is less than 20. So then we got 2 modulus 2 equals 0. We're going to see if that's true. The way you figure that is, how many times does 2 go into 2? It goes in 1 time. So you got minus 2, you get 0, so you get a remainder 0. So 0 equals 0, that's true, so it would put 2 down there. It would print that right there. And then add 1 becomes 3. 3 is less than 20. So then, how many times? So we got 3 modulus 2. Is that equal to 0? Well, let's see. How many times does 2 go into 3? It goes in 1 time. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, so you get a remainder 1. So is 1 equal to 0? Nope, so it skips it. Okay. Let me erase these. Okay, so now we add 1, num becomes 4, 20. 4 is less than 20. So how many times does 2 go into 4 for this 4 modulus 2? Is that equal to 0? It goes in 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Get 0, so remainder 0. So that's 0. So 4 prints. Okay, now I don't know if you guys can see the pattern, but we keep adding these up. 5, 6, 7. How many times does 2 go into 5? It goes in 2 with the remainder 1. How many times it goes into 6? 0. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, dot, 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 dot. We got 16, 18. Now, when we go up here, 19 is less than, but then we add 20, add 1 to 20. So is 20 less than 20? Nope. So this is what it would print, okay? So when we do these, you're not expected to write out every single one. Like I like, just show me that you know the pattern, okay? The pattern for this is 2 works, 4 works, 6, 8, 10, dot, dot, dot. I know 16 would work, 18 would work, and then you want to make sure not to put 20 down, okay? So next one, what output is produced by the following? The output produced is the code. Oh, wait. The following code fragment. So we've got num less than or equal to 200. Okay, so we got 0 here. We add 2 to it. So is 0 less than or equal to 200? Yes, so we print 0. We add 2 to it, becomes 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 200? Yes, so we print 2. 4 less than or equal to 200. 4. And 6 is less than or equal to 200. So we do 6. Dot, dot, dot. All the way to 200 is 200. 200 less than or equal to 200. Yes. So that's a 6. Is 200 less than or equal to 200? Yes. Now it becomes 202. Is 202 less than or equal to 200? No. So this is what would be what prints 0246 200. Okay. Let me scroll down on this. All right. What is produced by the following code fragments? So we got val. Val is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so value is 200. 200 is greater or equal to 0. So we've got this. How many times does 4 go into 200? Goes in 50 times with the remainder 0, right? 4 times, sorry, is 200. Gives me 0. Okay. So is 0 not equal to 0? Zero is equal to 0, so it won't print 200. But then we come down, we subtract 1, it becomes 199, right? So how many times does 4 go into 199? It goes in 49 times. Which gives us what? 196. Subtract that out, you get 3, so you get a remainder of 3. Okay, so 3 is not equal to 0, so it would print val, so it'd print 199. Okay, and then you start doing this, 198. How many times does 4 go into 198? You start realizing you're looking for anything other than multiples of 4. So 198 goes in 49 times. Again, 196. Subtract that out, you get a 2, so a remainder of 2. So 198 works. 197, 195, because we're going to skip 196 because that is a multiple. And then you start going down here and you could do 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0 basically, right? Or not 0. Not 0. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 0. 0 modulus 4 is 0, so 0 is not equal to 0. That's actually false, so we would skip 0. So this would be what your answer looks like. So transform the following while loop into a for loop. So we'd have for int num equals 1, num is less than 20, num plus plus, and it would just be s.o.p num. Again, num's 1, num is less than 20. And I apologize, it's hard to write in here, and then I got num plus plus. Okay, but this is equivalent to that. Ooh, no it's not. Almost tricked me. Look at this. Num is added before we actually print. So, no, made a mistake. Got to be careful. Let's look at this. Usually you see while loops with the counter after the fact, so that's not right. But it's easy to fix. Let's do this. So let's think about this. Caught that. I'm glad I caught that. So look at this. Num is 1, right? So is 1 less than 20? Yes. But then we do 1 to it, so it becomes 2. And it prints 2. So we're got to start off saying for int num equals 2. Num is less than 20. Num plus plus. Oh, that's bad. Okay, and then we can do s.o.p num. Okay, because it starts off it prints 2 at first, so we have to assign it to 2. Is 2 less than 20? Then we print 2 and then add it up. Okay. Move this down. Okay. 5. Write a while loop that forces the user to enter a positive integer value. So we already have this code, right? So this would be above this. So all you do is say while number. So write a while loop that forces the user to enter a positive integer value. So while number is less than 0, then all you do is just say s.o.p and just redo this. Enter a positive num. And then so you'd say number equals scan dot next int. Okay. So again, this code would be above this. So you enter a number and they enter -1. Is -1 less than 0? Yes. So enter. Again, this handwriting is so hard to do on here. Enter a positive num, and then number equals. So you basically force them to enter something until they enter a positive number. All right. So write a for loop to print the odd numbers from 1 to 99 inclusive. So you got for int I equals 1. I is less than or equal to 99. I plus equals 2. Okay, so then we do s.o.p and we print I. Okay, so I starts at 1, 1 plus, so it is 1 less than or equal to 99, yes, so it prints 1, and then we add 2 to I, so it makes it 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 99, yes, so it prints 3. And so now you found the algorithm to get all the numbers. You got it between 1 and 99, and then you add 2 to each one. So write a for loop to print the multiples of 3 from 300 down to 3. So this would be a for loop. And there's multiple ways to do this, but I would just say int I equals 300. And we wanted to go to 3, so I needs to be greater than or equal to 3. I minus equals 3. And then s.o.p, and we print I. So start off at 300. Is 300 greater or equal to 3? Yes. So print 300, subtract 3, becomes 297. Is 297 greater than or equal to 3? Yes. So print 297, subtract 3, it becomes 294, and so forth. So there's your algorithm. Okay. So that's 7. All right, write a code fragment that reads 10 integer values from the user and prints the highest value entered. So 8. So we're going to have int x equals 0. And I'll just do this. I'll say num equals 0 and max equals 0. Okay. So now we can do scanner, my scanner equals new. Equals new scanner system.in. Okay, so whoops. So it reads 10 integer values from the user and prints the highest value. So this is where we're going to have our while loop. While we'll say x is less than 10. That allows us to do it 10 times. And down here we'll have a s.o.p, and we'll print the max value and plus the max. Okay, and this will close our while loop. So inside here we'll have x plus plus. Okay, so I always tell the students, you know, do what you know. Well, we know how to define our variables. We know how to make a scanner object. We know how to do a loop, or we should know how to do a loop that will loop through 10 times. At the end of it, we have to do x plus plus, and at the end of this thing, we have to print the max value. Now, if you just did this, this would be kind of a lot for this program. You only need a few more lines of code to fix this. But so then we've got in here s.o.p, and it would be, you know, enter a number, and then we've got num equals my scanner dot next int. Okay, and I'm going to erase a little bit of this because I did. So alright, whatever. So then what do? We just have to do an if statement that looks like this. It'd just be if num is greater than max, then our max is equal to our num. Okay, so let's say we have 5 that the user enters in here. Okay, so is 5 greater than max? Well, max is 0, so it is. So our new max is 5, and we add 1, so we go through this again, and we enter 6. Is 6 greater than 5? Yes, so our max is 6. We do this again. You enter 4. Is 4 greater than max? No, so it skips this if and then just adds. And so it does this over and over again 10 times. Okay, and then at the end it prints the max. So this is actually a really important concept to understand. So I would spend some time on this to make sure you understand this. At the intro level, you really want to know how this works, okay? Because we do a lot of stuff with this as you get better at programming. 9, write a code fragment that determines and prints the number of times the character A appears. I don't know if I want to do these. I don't know. Okay, so the way that strings work, let's say we had a string and we had a string name, and that was equal to I don't know, Allison. Okay, the way that strings work is they have an index. So what you do, there's the I, is you give the index position, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you want to see how many times this character A appears. So you just do a for loop that runs through for int I equals 0, I is less than, in this case, our string name. So name dot length I plus plus. So what you're doing is with I is your index. We start at 0 and we go to the length. The length is 7 right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the length is 7 because there's 7 characters in Allison, but the last character in the index is the length minus 1. So we do less than the length, and all we do is write a code for it determines and prints the number of times. So we could just say if name dot char at position I is equal to dot let's do dot equals I. Ugh. So if the name here, let me erase this because I didn't fit it all on one line. That's outside of the video screen. So let's try that again. So if name dot char at I dot equals if name dot char at I dot equals A, then just say num plus plus. Okay. So it's checking to see at position 0 it would equal A, so that would add 1. But then we'd add 1 and go to position 1 right here. That is an L, so L doesn't equal A, and so none of the rest of them do. So in this 9, 10, and 11, you don't need to know this for this chapter. But I'm kind of introducing strings to you just to kind of get an idea in your head how they work. Okay. Let me close this. So let me go down. Okay. Let's see, write a code that prints every other character in a string object called word. So let's say we had string word equals, I don't know, school. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every other would be S, H, O. Okay. So we would do for int I equals 0. I is less than word dot length. I plus plus. So no, we don't want to do I plus plus. We want to do I plus equals 2. So we would do 0, 2, 4. So you just do s dot o dot p word we just do word dot char at position I, and then we would add 2 to it, and then so it would go here to position 2. So write a code format that prints a character stored in the string object backwards. So we'd have string str equals I don't know, computer. So we want to do this backwards, so it look like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be R T U P M O C. So we want to start at the end and go backwards. So you could do for int I equals str dot length minus 1. Oops. So the length minus 1 is 6. So length minus 1, and then I minus minus. So do s.o.p str dot char at, and then position I. So this would equal 6 at first. Shoot. I didn't have enough room here. Okay, let's redo this. And I'm going to do this right here when I got more room down here, okay? Because I didn't do the Boolean condition. Okay, give me just 2 seconds here. Either way, let's just do it right here. So I'm going to say for int I equals str dot length. Sorry, I'm trying to do this too fast. Dot length minus 1. I has got to be greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. So now I have s.o.p str dot char at position I. Okay, so we start off where length is 6. 6 is greater or equal to 0. So we print what's at position 6. So we'd print shoot. That's sick. Ugh. Either way, it doesn't matter. The code's right. Let me erase this because guys, I'm sorry. This is just bad. It's so hard writing on this thing. So COMPUTER. So I put my lines in between. And I got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So length minus 1 is actually 7. Okay. So it prints whatever is at position 7, which is an R, and then it subtracts 1, and it becomes 6. 6 is greater or equal to 0, so it prints what's at position 6, which is E, and it does everything so forth, and it goes backwards and until it prints the C in computer, and then you're done. Okay, so practice these on your own. I don't have all the answers down here, but I got some of them. So anyway, like I said, 9, 10, and 11 you're not responsible for, even though I did demonstrate them. Don't worry about them for this chapter. I'm just kind of introducing them to you. So this video is done.